Hello, my friends. I'm here a little bit early to do your daily Bible readings. Probably I'm going to go to bed early tonight. I don't know. I'm afraid to because then I'll be up at 11 or 12 wide awake. And I hate to do that, but I kind of messed up, y'all. I told you I've been praying for God to give me at least 2 more warm days so I could get the trim on the house painted. Well, He did. And I wanted 2 warm days after He stopped the rain for several days so all the wood that I needed to paint would be dried good. He stopped the rain. It was raining every day until I asked Him to stop it temporarily. And He gave me 2 warm days. Today was in the mid to upper 80s. I don't know what it is now. The last time I checked, it was 86 degrees, which is a good day for painting. And tomorrow, same forecast. No rain today, no rain tomorrow, but rain is in the forecast for tomorrow evening. And then on on Thursday, it gets really cold again. So He gave me the 2 days I asked for, but I messed up. I should have also asked Him to give me strength and energy and no pain. Because I got the post on the back porch done. I got a lot done back there. Got the ladder out and got up as high as I could reach. The porch has a slope roof like that on it, and I reached up as high as I could with my step ladder, and I won't climb higher than the second step from the ground because I don't climb ladders good with my back problems. And that side yard where I had the ladder set up is very sloping away from the house. And that made it hard to stand on that ladder too because it was tilting. I felt like the Leaning Tower of Pizza out there. And that was scary to me. And I have fallen and got hurt so many times. I was scared. Even though I was just on the second step from the bottom, I was scared. So I didn't get everything done I wanted to do. I didn't get a fraction done that I wanted to do. I didn't even finish the back porch. And I was planning on doing half of the house, just the trim work, because the siding doesn't need painting, but the trim work, which if my back would have been cooperating and everything else would have been cooperating, I could have done it easily. There's not that much trim work to paint, but it just didn't work out. And I stopped working 2 or 3 hours ago, and my back is still screaming at me with pain. It is screaming with pain. So I'm really upset that I didn't get any more done, but I couldn't do any more. I'm tough, and I couldn't do any more. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll get any more done tomorrow. I'm going to have to feel a whole lot better tomorrow before I even start. So I don't know what I'll get done. Maybe nothing. I don't know. Now let me start reading to you here. If any of y'all in the north, wherever, I don't know where I'm at. I guess I'm in the north central part of the country. If any of y'all in this area come on by, I'll let you I'll let you paint. If any of you wants to get some experience painting, oh, excuse me, painting, come on by. I'll give you experience. Now I got the hiccups. I went up to the Senior Citizen Center briefly to fill out a menu because I hadn't eaten there in 2 weeks, and their meals are cheap. It's not the best food in the world, but I don't feel like cooking, so I'll eat some meals. It's not the best in the world, and they're cheap. I forgot how much. $3.75 per meal. That's a whole lot cheaper than going to a restaurant. And it's all right food. Some of them are good. Kitty Callie just joined us. See her pretty face over in the corner there. But tomorrow, September 10th, it will be the first meal I've eaten this month because I never turned in my menu. And if you don't turn in the menu, they don't let you eat. The food is cooked in the big town south of here and then brought over here by some senior citizen group. And they've got, the menu is done by Heidi something or another, and this is all the initials out beside her name: MSRD LMNT CPT CHWC. I don't know what any of it stands for, but I guess it means that she's qualified to cook for us. But she ain't the best cook in the world, but for $3.75 I'll do most of them. I don't do all of them, but I turn in my menu, so starting tomorrow I get to eat again. I hurt, y'all. I ain't lying, I hurt. Oh, I was talking to a nurse friend of mine this afternoon about my back. You know what? The doctors, they got to be smart to pass all the medical schooling that they went through, but they ain't got no common sense a lot of times. The ones I got anyway don't. They replaced, I forgot how many. I think they replaced 10 discs in my back this year, or eight discs. I don't remember how many they replaced, but they replaced a bunch of them in my back. And my spine from the top to the bottom, every joint has a problem. Pinched nerve, slip disc, something. And they don't understand why all the work they've done this year, I still got pain. Well, it's because every joint in my back has a problem that needs to be addressed, and every one of them causes pain. Until they fix them all, I'm going to keep having pain. They don't understand that. They think because they fixed some of them that the pain should be gone. But duh, they hadn't fixed them all. And I keep telling them that, and they can't comprehend. But I hurt, and I ain't lying. You know, before I had back problems, occasionally I'd get a pinched nerve doing something stupid usually. And you know how much pain a pinched nerve is. Try to imagine every nerve in your back is pinched all the time. That's what I have to deal with. And I live alone. Everything that gets done has to be done by me. And it doesn't matter that I got pain out the kazoo. I still got to do it. And it's not easy. And sometimes this old man wants to just cry. That wouldn't do any good, so I don't. Let me read. Let me just shut up and read. Kitty Callie's got her elbow propped on the Bible. She loves God's holy word. It makes a good pillow for her. I hope she likes it for more than that. But it's the only book she lays on. And I got a lot of other books, so I think she likes it. I think she feels some of the energy from it, some of the power, some of the strength from it. I don't know what she feels, but she likes the Bible. Oh, I hurt. Oh, Acts chapter 27. And when it was determined that we should sail into Italy, they delivered Paul and certain other prisoners unto one named Julius, a centurion of Augustus' band. I better get this up close to my eyeballs because I can't see way down there. And entering into a ship of Adramyttium, we launched, meaning to sail by the coast of Asia, one Aristarchus, a Macedonian of Thessalonica, being with us. And the next day we touched at Sidon, and Julius courteously entreated Paul and gave him liberty to go unto his friends to refresh himself. And when he had launched from thence, we sailed under Cyprus, because the winds were contrary. And when we had sailed over the sea of Cilicia and Pamphylia, we came to Myra, a city of Lycia. And there the centurion found a ship of Alexandria sailing into Italy, and he put us therein. And when we had sailed slowly many days, and scarce were come over against Cnidus, the wind not suffering us, we sailed under Crete over against Salmon, and hardly passing it, came unto a place which is called the Fair Havens, nigh whereunto was the city of Lycia. Now when much time was spent, and when sailing was now dangerous, because the fast was now already past, Paul admonished them and said unto them, Sirs, I perceive that this voyage will be with hurt and much damage, not only of the lading and ship, but also of our lives. Nevertheless, the centurion believed the master and the owner of the ship more than those things which were spoken by Paul. And because the haven was not commodious to winter in, the more part advised to depart thence also, if by any means they might attain to Phoenix, and there to winter, which is a haven of Crete, and lieth toward the southwest and northwest. And when the south wind blew softly, supposing that they had obtained their purpose, losing thence, they sailed close by Crete. But not long after there arose against it a tempestuous wind called Euroclydon. And when the ship was caught and could not bear up to the wind, we let her drive, and running under a certain island which is called Clauda, we had much work to come by the boat, which when they had taken up, they used helps undergirding the ships, and fearing lest they should fall into the quicksands, strake sail, and so were driven. And we, being exceedingly tossed with a tempest the next day, they lightened the ship. And the third day we cast out with their own hands the tackling of the ship, and when neither sun nor stars in many days appeared, no small tempest lay on us. All hope that we should be saved was then taken away. But after long abstinence, Paul stood forth in the midst of them and said, Sirs, ye should have hearkened unto me, and not have loosed from Crete, and to have gained this harm and loss. And now I exhort you to be of good cheer, for there shall be no loss of any man's life among you, but of the ship. For there stood by me this night the angel of God, whose I am, and whom I serve, saying, Fear not, Paul, thou must be brought before Caesar, and lo, God hath given thee all them that sail with thee. Wherefore, sirs, be of good cheer, for I believe God, that it shall be even as it was told me. Howbeit, we must be cast upon a certain island. But when the 14th night was come, as we were driven up and down in Adria, about midnight the shipmen deemed that they drew near to some country, and sounded and found it 20 fathoms. And when they had gone a little further, they sounded again, but found it 15 fathoms. Then, fearing lest we should have fallen upon rocks, they cast 4 anchors out of the stern, and wished for the day. And as the shipmen were about to flee out of the ship, when they had let down the boat into the sea, under color as though they would have cast anchors out of the foreship, Paul said to the centurion and to the soldiers, Except these abide in the ship, ye cannot be saved. Then the soldiers cut off the ropes of the boat and let her fall off. And while the day was coming on, Paul besought them all to take meat, saying, This day is the 14th day that ye have tarried and continued fasting, having taken nothing. Y'all were concerned about me fasting for 5 days. They just did 14. Wherefore I pray you to take some meat, for this is for your health. For there shall not a hair fall from the head of any of you. And when he had thus spoken, he took bread and gave thanks to God in the presence of them all. And when he had broken it, he began to eat. Then were they all of good cheer, and they all took some meat. And we were in all the ship 260 souls. And when they had eaten enough, they lightened the ship and cast out the wheat into the sea. And when it was day, they knew not the land, but they discovered a certain creek with a shore, into the which they were minded, if it were possible, to thrust in the ship. And when they had taken up the anchors, they committed themselves unto the sea, and loosed the rudder bands, and hoisted up the mainsail to the wind, and made towards the shore. And falling into a place where two seas met, they ran the ship aground, and the forepart stuck fast, and remained unmovable. But the hinder part was broken with the violence of the waves. And the soldiers' counsel was to kill the prisoners, lest any of them should swim out and escape. But the centurion, willing to save Paul, kept them from their purpose, and commanded that they which could swim should cast themselves first into the sea and get to land, and the rest, some on boards and some on broken pieces of the ship. And so it came to pass that they escaped all safe to the land. So bam, y'all, there you go. That's chapter 27 of the book of Acts, and Kitty Kelly and I are done. I love and appreciate y'all, and I reckon I'll be back tomorrow. God bless you, friends.